Hi there, and welcome to Brian's Mind, sponsored by www.threshold-of-pain.com and Sprite. Open up yourself a can of whoop ass. Okay, today I want to talk about trick-or-treating. I know it's a couple weeks away yet, but I want to get this out there before it's too late, because if I post this the day or two before trick-or-treating, you probably won't get it. So, my take on trick-or-treating is a form of begging. You put on a silly ass costume, or if you're above the age of 12, you just put on something retarded that's begging, you normally wear to school, and you pretend you're supposed to be something, and you go to people's houses, and by saying trick or treat, I'm supposed to give you something. No, I don't give you anything. You can knock on my door and say trick or treat. I open the door, laugh at you, slam the door, end of it. And you ever notice it's always during the Packer game? Okay, anyways, that's irrelevant. So kids go around and they supposedly get lots and lots of treats, and sometimes, you know, the parents always pull the go checking for razor blades. Means that they're picking out all the good stuff first, and then you get whatever's left. I know I did it to my kids, and hopefully my kids will do it to their kids, and so on, and so on, and so on. Kind of like the AIDS commercial. Anyways, you know, if you give one person AIDS and they give it to another person, and so on, and so on, and so on. So it's a commercial from the 80s, early 90s, you know, before actually they realized AIDS existed, but that's another topic. So they dress up, they go around trick-or-treating, they beg for candy. Now, as a household owner and a parent, if my kids go trick-or-treating, does that mean I have to buy candy? No. Tip 1, let your kids go. If trick-or-treating is usually 3 hours, like it is here, you let your kids go trick-or-treating for the first hour and a half. They bring home the candy, then the second hour and a half, you pass out the candy they collected. Whatever's left is the kids. They obviously don't like it, but it's free labor. Second of all, if you don't have kids but feel the need to give out candy, go to the dollar store. Buy the cheapest candy you can possibly find, and preferably the crappiest, because hopefully the kids will have a nice long memory, and next year they won't want to come to your house if they remember you giving out crap. Now, another good point is pennies. Everybody's got a jar of pennies. Nothing irks a kid off more than you giving them a couple pennies. Why? It's humorous to see the look on their faces. Nothing better. If you want this year just for an experiment, like for every other kid, videotape it and then give every other kid pennies and then give the other kid candy and watch the different expressions on their face. It's priceless. I personally love just to give out pennies if I have to. One year I think I gave away a total of $3 and we were swamped. So $3, you couldn't buy $3 worth of candy. I probably would have spent about $30 in candy. Instead I spent $3 on pennies. Why? Because I thought it was humorous just to see the look on their face when they look in their bucket. Especially if you're the first house they stop at. Oh, priceless. Priceless. All you hear at the bottom of that empty pumpkin they're carrying is a tunk, ting, ting, and that's it. 3 pennies, no more. That's the perfect amount. Don't give less, don't give more. 3 pennies. Okay, so now, let's say you're like really, really nice and decided you're going to give them little Snicker bars. If that's the case, email happydude53406@gmail.com, and I'm coming to your house to get some Snickers. But this is my costume. If you're giving out other good candy, email me at the same address. I'll stop. I don't care if you live in California. I'll go that far just to get a free Snicker bar. Also, the trick-or-treaters like to, you know, supposedly they'll egg your houses if you don't give good treats. Well, see, I have that all planned. Me and my boy take each end of the house, we flank it on both sides, and we have our own eggs. And as soon as we see kids walking by, if they're up to no good, we just egg the kids. We don't care. We just assume they're going to egg our house. This way here, by standing on the side and we throw the eggs, then we run around the back of the house to the door, walk in the front door, walk out, you know, walk in the back door, walk out the front door, and we see kids sitting there with egg all over them. We're going, what the hell happened to you kids? We know what happened to those kids. We egged them. Yeah, it's humorous. You got to be there. Hopefully this year, if I can get some type of way to videotape at dark, I'll get you some video of that. It'll be priceless. Egging Kids 101, how to do it. Another good thing to do is if the kids are by themselves, kidnap them. Parents won't miss them. Obviously, they don't care if they let their kids out there by themselves to trick or treat on their own, so obviously they must be right for kidnapping. That's a joke. Do not kidnap your trick-or-treaters, because that trick-or-treater at your house might be my kid. But if it's the second hour and a half, you know it's not my kid because they're collecting the candy for me. So if you're going to kidnap, second and a half, not the first half. Okay, another good one to do, as I've done personally, is usually you take your significant other, and when they trick or treat and you open the door, stab them. It's hilarious. It's off the hook. The look on their face, and if you can hit an artery or something where the blood spurts, oh, priceless. The look and horror on their face. Usually your spouse can't know you're going to do this, otherwise they don't agree to it. And if you live close enough to a hospital, you can usually get them there in time to sew it up and then say okay. And after a few years in the diamond ring, they forgive you. That's just little tricks I do. If I could think of any more Halloween ideas between now and then, I will post another one. But for now, this has been Brian's Mind.